Hello, my name is Peas, and this is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. This game released in 2019 as a remaster to the Wii version of the game. I always like to do this intro. We go from using motion controls to analog controls. This game is, of course, accessible on literally every modern console as of now. It improves the jumping, and as such, you get to use analog controls. But the best addition to this game is being able to play as Sonic. Why did they put him in the game? I honestly, marketing. So we're gonna pick Sonic, and we're gonna be just going through the whole game. By the end, I will actually have an incentive to show off the ball variants that are exclusive to this version of the game, which is of course the PC port. So I'll explain more about it as we get into the run here, because we have about 40 or so minutes. So plenty of yapping and plenty of rolling. So let's start in 3, 2, 1. Actually, hold on. I have to turn on global hotkeys. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Alright, so as I mentioned before, this game introduced the jumping mechanic, and essentially every character has a different jumping stat, but of course we use Sonic because he has the second best jumping, but he's also the fastest character on the ground. The difference between Banana Blitz Wii and Banana Blitz HD is that this game rewards ground movement as opposed to aerial control, which is why you would see Yan Yan being used for the Wii speedruns. But again, we're not using motion controls. And of course, her movement was sort of nerfed in this game. However, she is still the best character to use in Time Attack. And the reason why we're not using Time Attack is because Sonic is not playable in that mode for some odd reason. Now, theoretically, you could, basically mod him into the game. but for the most part, we just use the main game to use Sonic here. So World 1, I like to say, is your tutorial for what's going to happen throughout the game. It lays a pretty solid foundation for the game's mechanics, the Unity engine in particular, and as well as this very important skip that's coming up on this next stage here. So what we're going to do is roll forward a little bit, get the second ring here, turn around, jump, delay our jump, and then go straight into the goal just like that. So another difference between this game and Wii is that you can actually delay your jump input versus the Wii version. If you really tried to do that, you had to bounce and then jump to maintain your momentum. So this is an important piece of speed tech that I'll be using to perform difficult skips. And we can also use a jump to cancel our fall, which will be important for certain falling strats. Oh, I forgot to mention, this game has bosses. The gatekeepers to the next world. Not exactly a fan favorite because it kind of stops our flow of Monkey Ball. And thankfully, with this game's quality of life change, as you notice, we can go directly to the next stage, or we can stage select. And of course, once we beat the game, we have the option to pick really any stage that we want, which means if we were to do all worlds no bosses, we could just stage select after the H stage in worlds 1 through 8. And that's world 1. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Oh, we also don't get to see the plot of this game. Those bananas I'm collecting, when we get to the 8th, when we get to the 8th boss, we essentially get all those bananas back that was stolen from us. All right, so now the run truly begins in World 2, because if we were playing this game on the vanilla version of Banana Blitz HD, you'd be hearing some past Monkey Ball music, but for myself and hopefully for the speedrun, if this gets accepted, I would like to play this game with the with Banana Blitz's original soundtrack. That's because for whatever reason, Sega was not able to basically have access to this very music that you're hearing right now. However, in World 3 is actually the only one where the original composer actually did the remix of I Saw the Man for Touch and Roll, and for that matter, this game's music, again, they're all remixes from Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. So I could literally just list all of the all the remixes, but if you've played Touch and Roll, you'll recognize the music. Alright, so this is where I actually didn't talk about collision. That's a big thing that I usually mention in World 1. So this is something called bridge collision, where if I touch any part of the bridge, the game will decide where I want to go. I'll either Zorp, which is where I get no collision, which is what we want, or I bounce all over the place, or I just lose all my speed. It may have something to do with how the ball is rotated, but more or less we just call it bridge collision and stage collision, as you'll see in World 4. And just like that, we're almost done with World 2, level-wise, of course. And then we have another boss to go through. We can get the strat. Nice. Very good. So now our next fight is Bazooka Baboon, and if I have not mentioned this, most of these bosses are RNG. I am looking into figuring more so about how this game's RNG works to make it so that we get the fastest cycles possible. But for now, we just have to hope and pray that this guy just actually shoots. Thank you. But we're not gonna hit this first thing. We're gonna wait for him to shoot another one. Now you may notice that the camera is moving ever so slightly, and I'm having to manipulate this bullet here, because if you get too close to the boss, he will control he'll control everything, which is what we don't want. And then when he gets back up, we're gonna do this. So this boss also is also slower than the Wii version, because as you'll see, I hate these placements. I tuned them by accident, but that's okay. Oh, I got 3 of them. That's kind of unfortunate, because it takes forever for him to come back up in this case. All right. And he should be dead. Nice. Yeah, so they did change some bosses to, in quotes, make it easier for the controller, but they made a handful amount of them slower than the Wii counterpart, which is honestly okay, because again, we're able to play this game with the controller. We don't have to worry about motion, so it's just our thumbs and the jump button. All right, so again, World 3. This is actually the only one that did not change in the vanilla version. So. And this is also one of my favorites in terms of the music and, of course, level design. Alright, we're just gonna jump down here, bounce off of this, and go into the goal just like that. So World 3 is pretty short. There's gonna be a lot of skipping about. A lot of it is pretty precise as well, because you have to be able to control your movement in the air and actually platform to the goal without jumping off the stage, if you will. And also, again, we don't play bonus stages. That's why you saw me fall off these levels right here. We don't need extra lives, considering that the game gives us, or it's 20 rings for an extra life. Uh-oh. Okay, I almost ate my words there. I almost ate my words. Totally not a Sonic reference. Anyway. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Bam. Shoutouts to Yoshi64 for showing me this strat. He is the current record holder for the time attack categories, and which uses Yan Yan. And together, him and I have really laid out our respective characters for the respective categories. But unfortunately, Sonic is faster than Yan Yan for most stages. There are some individual worlds where Yan Yan could be faster than Sonic, but that's only by a bit. So, all right, so we're fighting against the Yeti, and this cutscene, yeah. Nice. Oh, a little too early. So we're just gonna back out a little bit. There we go. There we go. So you can actually hit him multiple times there. I just completely mistimed that jump. And you can also hit him as he's spinning too. I found that out the other day, but it's extremely rare to get that. Okay. So now we are into World 4, and if you're to be playing this game on the Switch, or based on console but mainly Switch, you'd be experiencing a lot of performance issues. This game was of course developed. It was developed with the Unity engine, and it's a little infamous on for consoles. At least for this one. Two other Monkey Ball games with the Unity engine are Banana Mania and Banana Rumble. However, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble has done a really good job of addressing these issues while also using the Unity engine. So, the modern Monkey Ball game is popping off here, and this is actually a pretty good time for the host to step in and make any announcements that they wish. But for the sake of this submission video, I will just keep on yapping. And also, fun fact, this level was the very first level I have ever seen in Banana Blitz when I was like 6 years old. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. That collision, I don't really remember that, but it was Yan Yan. Yan Yan and Detritus Desert. That level, that's my oldest memory of this game, or at least the Wii version. But I was not able to play Banana Blitz Wii until 3 years later, so. Alright. And then coming up, we're gonna have, actually, this stage actually introduces the boost pad mechanic, which actually returns in Banana Rumble, which is really nice. And I'll be using this boost pad to perform a skip in World 8. Now, one thing I want to talk about as well is the jumping differing from Banana Blitz HD to Banana Mania. So, in particular, you may notice that I'm able to just do all these jumps separately and still keep my speed. If we were to perform jumps in Banana Mania, since the game is trying to be, I guess, a cardinal input version of the original Monkey Ball series, they actually made it to where not only all jumps are universally with the stats. There's something called compound jumps, where every jump that you do increases your speed. You jump at the beginning, and you just keep on jumping as you land. That's basically you get boosted speed from there. Oh, thanks, Unity Engine. Oh, thanks, Unity Engine. Yeah, I've been getting extremely destroyed by a by a certain engine in this world, so. This PC is also low-end friendly. A little bit risky if your PC is a little too low end. I did get this game before the whole PC market went out of whack due to the pandemic, and at that time I was actually running on I first ran on an extremely low end PC, so a lot of stuff was lagging as I was trying to record, so a bit unfortunate. So that being said, this also almost died there. This also brings up my settings. So I'm actually playing this game with 144 Hz, on with VSync on, and this is so that actually I'm sorry, with 60 hertz with VSync on. This is so that I get the 60 FPS cycles while having my PC running at the frames that my monitor is running, because it looks very clunky when you're trying to play this game at 60 FPS on a 144 hertz monitor. Alright, so we are now in World 5, and I actually didn't mention this, but this level right here, this level sets apart Banana Blitz HD and Banana Blitz Wii, so I'll try to explain my my strat here. So what we're gonna do is jump down here, cancel our jump, jump up, get some height, jump again, and land on this platform and not fall off. There we go. So this skip saves a total of 40 seconds. So you save 20 from taking the first swing, and then an additional 20 from taking the second swing, because the old strat, you essentially took the first swing and then waited like 20 seconds for the for the swing to come to you. And so because we get to use a controller, we can actually use that to our advantage. And that was actually a strat that I found early on early in the game's demo. So I found it with Mimi, funnily enough. There is another strat that goes directly to the last swing, but I find that more inconsistent than what I just did. And it's not faster either. The only way that it's faster is if you do your ending correctly. All right. Nice. So this is kind of the calm before the storm. We actually have one more skip that we need to go for. Well, after this one, of course. Like the next three levels have, well, the next two levels counting this one have skips. So that was one of them. And so this one is a make it or break it skip. So what we're gonna do is wait until the clock hits 110, and then move up a little bit, do some jumps, jump around here. Oh, that's unfortunate. We'll just wait out the cycle. Normally I would fall off to try and do the skip again, but I'd rather not lose more time. But if I were to get that skip, I would have actually saved 8 seconds. So that's like the first big mistake of the run thus far. Which I really can't complain. 3, 4, there we go. And so we're just gonna write up this little red thing here. Unfortunately, since this game is non-deterministic, you're not going to be able to, like, it's going to be a little inconsistent as to whether or not you'll fall off the red rims or not. And nice. Alright. So, we are now playing a pretty difficult boss. I would argue this one is not fun for casuals. The second boss was not fun for casuals either, but this one, I personally dislike it for the speedrun. And don't worry, there's 2 more bosses that are worse. So we're gonna play a little safe, actually. We're going to watch carefully as to where Taco comes out. Jump a little bit. Just don't hit the tentacles. So we have 2 more hits. Finishing the boss closer to like 68, that's kind of my target, because it takes like 10 or so seconds for him to move. I don't like that he spawned there, but that's okay. It's fast, but the fact that I'm playing safe, I'm trying to limit the amount of, I'm trying to limit the possibility of me getting pushed off. Nice. Excuse me, and just like that, we are halfway done with this run. Honestly, considering where we are right now, actually no, not yet. There's actually one more skip that I need to focus up for, and then this spot would the stage after that would be a perfect time for the host to, do some announcements and whatnot. Now, this is where you're going to see some of the stage design not only be a little bit more linear, but also a patience test, if you will. So we're going to be playing, I like to call it eels and, I call this for some reason eels and escalators, but it's really just an elevator. After all, you are going up. Alright, jump up here, and there we go. So 6-3, one of my favorite skips to go for. Nice. All right. So there's really nothing more to mention for the next few stages here. So again, the host is more than welcome to mention any announcements and many things that are important. Okay. All right. So now, this is again a lot of holdups, a lot of linearity in some of these levels. And we're also coming up to a stage that I really don't like. It's not this one and the next one. It's the one after this one, because it's not only an auto scroller, but it's a 30. It's one of the only less than a minute timers. Because if you fall off there, you lose like 30 seconds, and that's a no bueno. Kinda don't want that. And I also wouldn't mind here, even still, like, the announcements like still be going on, because again, auto scroller 30 seconds, perfect time. So this stage has a pretty cool skip. Wait a little bit here. This looks good. Nice. And jump up. Bam. Alright. So these next two bosses, I would argue they're sort of the reason why I've taken a long hiatus from the game. Alright. Oh, rock slide. Okay. Nice. That's very good. That's like close to... I think the world record finishes at around 110 or 108, but regardless, staying above 100 seconds for this fight is really good, so... Thumbs up emoji. There's still some more marble rolling to happen here. And so World 7, this is where we see more linearity, I suppose. And also the game becomes a bit more difficult. Because we could essentially say this is more of the expert-like level. So, if you don't already know this, there's no such thing as beginner, advanced, or expert in Banana Blitz. It's just worlds 1 through 10. So you can imagine, which worlds could be considered beginner and which ones could be considered as advanced. Which ones could be considered as expert and master. But in this case, it's like worlds 1 through 8 and then the extra worlds. So we're just going to go for this falling strat here, and then we're going to go for another falling strat. So jump down. do a safety jump, neutral flick, make it. Oh, slow bonus exit, but that's okay. Alright, so this half of World 7 is definitely not casual friendly. Okay. Well, it's not P friendly either, because what was that Unity engine? What was that, man? We only lost like 3 seconds, so it's not too big of a deal. Okay. So the next couple of stages are pretty much auto-scrollers. So, Banana Blitz not only introduced Yan Yan and Doctor, but it also introduced another character that potentially could have been written into the Monkey Ball lore, but because the community is so amazing, we have our own set of headcanons that actually make sense. The boss of this world, her name is Yoko. And shout out to Deadline SMB, because Yoko is not only one of his favorite Monkey Ball characters, but it was also the first character he ported over to Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania as a character mod. So basically, Yoko and Yan Yan are pretty much lemurs, and we have this headcanon that they're essentially rivals, because II has a rival in the form of Jet. It used to be Gong Gong, but now it's like Jet, of course. And so it would kind of make sense for Yoko and Yan Yan to be counterparts of each other. And funnily enough, in Step and Roll, there were files for the boss fights, but of course they're just not. We obviously don't play the bosses in that game. All right. Now, unfortunately, Yoko is not my GOAT, at least for right now. So, I'll have to focus a little bit on what I'm going to do here. Okay, nice. Got to keep her in place so that she doesn't move about. We're going to wait a little bit for her to get back on top. Alright, this is a 5-hit fight now. Get close to her. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now we got to chase her. Oh, dearie my. Come here, Yoko. Come here. Oh, okay. Okay, Bulldozer. That's fine. Okay. So I only lost like around 10 seconds compared to record, so that's not a big deal. I'll tell you right now, taking deaths in Banana Blitz, very punishing compared to the original games. Granted that, you know, deaths do rack up in Classic Monkey Ball. It's just that you don't get that fast load in upon retry. So if you take one death, you essentially lose like a little over 10 seconds, depending on how far you fell. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're just gonna play a stage like this. I was trying to bounce under the cylinder there, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thanks, bumper. Style points. Nice, we got the skip. Looking to be a good World 8 so far. Alright, once I pass 8-5, that'll be a perfect time for the host to do the hosting. Nice. Okay, so we're basically playing Knuckles Chaotix because we're essentially just climbing up the climbing up the stage here. Make sure we avoid this boost panel. Very good. And now we have two more levels left. Or 3 if you count the boss. A beautiful skip right there. Just need to jump over these meteors. Okay. All right. And so now we have this guy to fight, Captain Crabuchin. So this is the guy who took away those golden bananas from us, and he's of course holding the last one. Okay. So unfortunately, this boss is also RNG, except the first 4 hits are guaranteed. It's the last 4 that we have to hope and pray that he does something pretty fast. Okay, so this is where he gets mad and uses TM26 or Earthquake. It's fine if he goes for Earthquake again. Okay, but we have to watch out for the Shadow Ball, for the I guess multiple Shadow Balls. Oh dear. Okay, Earthquake into Shadow Ball again. All right, one more hit. Okay, this is the fast cycle. I guess. I was a little worried that he was going to bump me off there. Because when he gets mad at that part, he just goes for Stomping Tantrum, I guess. Alright. So we have 2 more worlds left. Hope y'all are enjoying this amazing marble rolling, and pretend that we didn't see II there. And here we go. Okay, that was scary. I was like, no way, that's gonna be my first death. Alright, we keep going. So we have just about 5 minutes left of this game. And you might notice that, like, so we actually timed this game using the IGT, but for the sake of this run, I'll be using RTA. So it's so that we keep things equal with with console and PC players. But regardless of what I get, it's most likely going to be second place to myself. I have the world record sweep of this category, and I've had it for almost 5 years now. So I might love Banana Blitz HD a little too much. Okay. So 9-5. Let's see if the game will be nice to me. 1, 2. Nice. Jump here. Nice. Played that one a little careful there, just so that we did not have any unfortunate moments. And then unfortunately with this one, we have to play the waiting game. And then as we get into the last bit of World 9 and then into the final levels, this will be the last set of host announcements or whatever, because World 10 is pretty difficult. Very good. Okay, make sure we don't get destroyed by the stage. Nice. Very good. One, two, three. Very good. All right, 10 more levels. Okay, very smooth. We should land on this platform here. There we go. I go a little silent here is because I'm actually trying to lock in a little bit, and this is a really good run. So this one is a little difficult here. Alright, did not want to get that one over there because it kind of messes up my flow. There, and go to the goal. And coming up, I shouldn't even talk about this. We're coming up to one of the most infamous stages of Monkey Ball history. And that is Ultra Heaven 5. Here we go. Oh dear. Okay, gotta be careful. Okay, played that one super safe. Alright, 10-6. Oh, come here. Alright. I lost 3 seconds there, but that's okay. Just a few more levels to go. Nice, huge strat. That was actually not in my world record, believe it or not. All right, 2 more levels. All right, and 1 more to go. And time's gonna be when I cross the goal. And time. Guys, let me double check something real quick. Let me triple check something, because not only is that a big PB, but I may have done something huge. Hold on. That was a deathless run. Oh, so close. That's so close. Not only was that a deathless run, but that's a few seconds off of the RTA record. So for reference, the RTA record is 36 minutes and 8 seconds. Out of all my GD Goose submission videos, 36:27? Deathless? Yeah. The GOAT is back. I could retime this to see what my low remove time would be, but for the most part, it's basically a 34 without any loads. So, yeah. That's essentially the all worlds portion of Banana Blitz HD. Give me a minute to get myself set up for the incentives. Hello again. So I had to take a little bit to decompress from that amazing run. So anyway, I'll be showing off the donation incentive, which would be the ball variants. What I mean by that is, in the PC port of this game, you're actually able to change the ball's design. And so, of course, assuming that the donation is met, I will show off all 3 of them. And we'll do it in maybe 8 or so minutes, give or take. So let's actually start with triangle. So again, you have to input triangle, star, or cube on the keyboard, and select the character, and then you'll hear a sound, and then it's automatically loaded, right? So check this out. So the ball variants do some very kooky things. It's kind of a dev tool that was left in the files as part of the final update. As when Sega was promoting this game, the devs were playing around with the ball shape and did some things like this. But Happy. Oh, he's stuck. Happy gong gong sounds. He's just stuck. But unfortunately, I am stuck, so I can't move. even if I tried. Alright. And what's even better... Oh, I never even started my timer, but... we'll just keep going. I'll just start it here and let it count to 6 or 7. But anyway, so what's even crazier about some of the ball variants just basically changing the properties of the character ever so slightly. I think all of them have a little less friction, so which is really nice, right? However, if you remember that this is a circle, we can't get down there, even if we tried to do this. So we're just stuck. The only way to get to the goal is to drop all the way down here. Oh wait, no, so close. So close. That'd be really funny if I actually made it there. But anyway, so that is triangle. Let's go ahead and do star, and I think the star of the show will just be Sonic. And we'll go into right. So the star ball is basically it makes you more bouncy. Oh, bouncing over that. Oh dear, bouncing over that boost pad there. Oh, bouncing over that one. But yeah, that's pretty much what the star ball is all about. Oh dear. I want to get to 8-4 actually. Show this one off a little bit more. Because triangle, you really can't do much with it. Oh. Nice. I think we can do the same things. Yeah, it's got to be careful of these little poles. Oh, unfortunately, we're a little off there because we didn't have any momentum for that skip. Let me see if I can just full send it. 3. Oh, all right, there we go. So I imagine this is going to be a little kooky. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm a little a little persnickety about the star ball. So, all right, that's pretty much that. All right, next we can do the cube ball, and let's actually choose baby for this one because I want to go to World 4. Now this may not make any form of sense in the slightest because you know of the biome, but all right, we're going so fast. Arguably cube is probably the best one to use. Whoa, okay. Baby is the lightest character in the game, so touching that bumper, he just goes flying. Oh, stage collision. Oh dear. Oh no! That. Oh, okay. I'm just getting trolled now. Are we just going to the goal? All right. So I actually didn't talk about a certain part about this stage, right? So we're gonna avoid these bridges a little bit. Just avoid. Okay, collision. Let me through. Let me through. Can I make this? Yes. Okay. All right. So Only I think with the cube, excuse me, only baby can make through, but you have to really rotate it. But of course this can be done with the sphere, but only with baby and Yan Yan. And that's pretty much the ball variance. Okay, baby, come on, go in. There we go. Took a little bit. All right, so I think this is a good stopping place to really show off the ball variants and whatnot. So, I actually didn't mention this in my other GQ submission video of Monkey Ball Deluxe, but I do appreciate the games committee for their input and for considering this run.